delivering UPS packages. You know, financial advisor.
Yeah, stop doing all that shit.
I fucking see Bitcoin, bro. I got Bitcoin dropping from 69, 68. I got at 59. So I'm in a little bit of drawdown, right?
Ozzy, what do you got? You got $100 billion now? You have $100 billion.
Don't play.
How are you gonna liquidate that? I'm
Ozzy, how much? Ozzy, what's your net worth? Your net worth is $500 billion now.
No, my net worth right now is 22,733 Bitcoin. Oh. Is that unrealized or realized? That's unrealized, sir.
Hey, how many Bitcoins do you guys own?
And I've never realized.
I lost all my Bitcoin. I lost all my Bitcoin in a boating accident.
Like we're going around in a circle, and can everyone say how many Bitcoins they have?
I have
the first commandment.
I have enough Bitcoin to give you a good night. How about that?
We do not talk about it.
Oh, okay. No, I'm sorry. It's just because
what? Except for Kazi. Yeah,
you want to see my
wallet that I always share? Wallet that I always share with you guys, and I'll let you guys know. So,
let us know, Kazi.
I actually all my fucking Bitcoin off my wallet, off my exchange.
How come if your picture's all black, you sound like you're not?
Look, I don't give a fuck what you think, right? So, look, at the end of the day, I just took out Bitcoin $1.1 billion of my Bitcoin off the exchange.
You're such a liar, dude.
No, loud. You don't understand. Kazi is the first 20-year-old billionaire.
How many things have you bought?
Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah.
Kazi's the first 20-year-old billionaire.
Yeah, no, that makes more sense.
What I'm trying to tell you motherfuckers, right, is I'm moving my shit off the this is a whale telling you personally that other whales doing the same fucking thing. Okay? You can go look at the whale.
We don't have any money.
Okay.
Yeah, we're on the whale.
You don't have to be a whale to have money. You can be a fat fuck and still be a whale.
Yeah, but no one's.
I'm just going to
but he's black, so.
As you can hear, I'm enjoying my. I'm good weed. I just would.
What little kid's Instagram did you steal that picture off of?
I don't care what you say. Me, at the end of the day, my pocket is straight, and I'm trying to tell you how to get yours. I'm sure.
Straight up, my nigga. I know what you mean. Same way, my nigga.
But why do you have this? Why do you gotta say the N word? Because it's got nothing to do with getting me more money.
No, but it's just that I felt very compelled because.
Oh, I remember you, Loud. I remember you. Never mind. I saw. I didn't know it was you.
No, let me talk. I related to him, and I felt like I was like, damn, dude, that's my bro right there. Like when he was talking, so I was like, damn.
Yeah, but nobody's talking yet about how to make money. Like all these rooms are just hypnosis rooms about nothing. You know that, right?
Sorry that I related to the words that
we were just talking about making money.
I'm fucking sorry.
I doubt that, Alchemist. I doubt that very much.
No, as soon as a black person opens his mouth, you hear the word digger repeatedly. Look, I don't give a fuck what you think. I don't give a.
Nobody even said that.
I don't give a shit if you use the N word with a hard R or a soft H, nigga. It don't matter to me.
I wouldn't care if you did or not.
What I'm gonna say is this, right?
Fucking
Check this out. Hey, listen, look, Loud. I don't like the race. I'm gonna remove your bitch ass from the room. That's what I'm gonna do. And anybody else who wants to come up to the stage is welcome, right?
Bro, who's modding all these people? What's this bitch ass Kazi saying?
So I thought we were talking about money earlier before all that. I thought it was pretty clear.
I don't care about the mod. I just had to get the cash.
Kazi, don't fucking
I'm
train,
glad I
bro.
got the opportunity to do it. But
Don't fucking
to
yell,
make some
bro.
money for you guys, I think you should short Bitcoin down to 17 to 16.
Kazi, we're not asking you for help, bro. That's the problem. We're not asking you, bro. You're just volunteering information. We're not asking.
Kazi's a 20-year-old billionaire who did it in a month. Leverage trading. He was a leverage trading billionaire, fastest ever in the history of the world.
Good for him.
He's really making. Yeah, he's really
He
making strides.
to us all of his money now.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think he's ready to, help other people.
Fuck, I'm like, you let today Pisces, you ain't gonna learn to fuck the Pisces. Fuck a Taurus, what the fuck?
Pisces is like Jesus, the silverfish of communication.
I ain't even gonna lie. I think I'm good.
Oh shit, here come the cops.
Yo, what the fuck?
Coming back. Are you gonna put in
Hello?
you understand, or are you something you don't understand?
Never go full retard.
It's just a perception of things. Right now. So if it's corporate like that, you get around these church folks.
What you mean, Juvie? Something that's
Because
that?
it's not for people, everyday people, like who don't know God, that I sit up there and look at. Like I tell them.
Your Tay is a 13, Sunshine. Yo, look at that! Look at that video I just posted in the chat. Would you get on that highway? This can't be real though. Look at this shit. Like how? Like
Is it so hard to believe, Hocus?
that's crazy. Who is that?
Cost per
That sound like
receipts were,
what's
what
her
the
name coming
genre
here
were,
trolling
what
and
the
shit?
stars were, who the writers were. I can get
I know
all
that
of
shit,
that
bro.
information and come down and make my analysis. Number one, were you one of those people? No. Was this type of stories one of those numbers that made money? No. Do you have any of
Concrete. Fucking running his mouth nonstop all the time with nothing to say.
Who are you?
Who the fuck are you? I was born in Uranus. You want me to stick you with my tuchus?
Oh, you're the guy that be in the hotel room with 8 cameras. I remember.
Yeah, that's probably me.
You're from Clubhouse room.
That's gotta be me.
You're in Clubhouse room streaming. Look, I'm playing with you.
Oh, word?
You feel like a great value school bucko. Stop playing with me, John. I know who you are.
Yeah, that's me.
I have a very keen memory.
No doubt.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Nobody else on this app is in hotels rooms with 8 phones.
How did you get in this room tonight? Because you got a ticket. I mean, you didn't see it in the hallway. So how did you find this room tonight?
Just clicking around on the hallway. What are you talking about?
Oh, okay. They letting people see it in the hallways now? Okay.
You don't got to troll us, John. We remember you. You cool. You're a very intelligent man. So I don't even know why you keep doing the trolling. You're really smart. Like, for real, for real. Like, you're real smart.
Yeah, well, that's because I troll.
Why though? You're so intelligent. Like I can think
Who's this, Cheeseburger? Oh shit, Cheeseburger. What's up, bro? Yeah, that's my guy right there.
You think we didn't remember? I'm telling y'all, when I say I have a keen memory, I know him from a few years ago. That's crazy. I missed that. Yep. You stood out to me because I said, how he got 8 pounds?
Nah, son. That fucking So that link, that shirt you just put in the chat, did y'all see that shit?
What happened?
The Haiti gang leader, that nigga over there eating his ops. Literally, he frying them. His nickname is Barbecue. They say he's the most powerful man in Haiti right now because the prime minister left. He is eating his ops. Like, no, literally, go look at it. He putting them niggas in fire and he's eating them. The nigga name is Barbecue. Nah, that's crazy.
Barbecue? Now he really smoking his ops. But for real, like smoking on a grill.
Yo, look at it. Yo, that's crazy. He got the leg up. He peeling off the. Oh, nah, this is. Oh. Oh my God, my stomach is turning. This is crazy.
That's a Saturday or a Sunday barbecue in Haiti. They love the taste of their enemies.
That's crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
Did you know Vice Media? They went to Liberia. There was like General Butt Cheeks and all these other generals. They had all these funny names, and they were killing and doing cannibalism. I mean, when you start killing people indiscriminately, you start to lose touch with reality. So you're like, yeah, I'll eat this motherfucker. Fuck it, let's eat him. I mean, I'll be honest, I have tasted fingertips before. Barbecued, slightly glazed with honey. It wasn't so bad. I don't know who they was, but their fingertips had a lot of meat on them. And they were kind of tasty, and I was very hungry.
Bro, you ain't eat nobody fucking fingertips, bro.
I did. I was in China. They sacrificed about 50 children at a Jeffrey Epstein music festival. And then we ate all their fingertips with Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton on the stage while they were doing some type of satanic worship dance. Oops, I've said too much. I didn't want to take us down this Hillary Clinton Haitian rabbit hole, but here we go.
See, now that's like not a cool way to troll, bro. You talk about eating kids and shit. Fuck is you talking about?
I don't think that guy in the video is actually barbecue. Like I know
that guy in the video is not barbecue?
Yeah, because the biggest gang leader in Haiti is actually like this real stocky dude. He's a bigger dude than that. And you'll see pictures of him. But I'm not going to say that it's not associated with burning people or whatever it is, because I don't know how he got that name, but he's a big dude. You know who he kind of looks like? He looks like an old school Beanie Siegel. Like before Beanie had like the beard and all. No, that was Freeway with that. But he kind of looks like Beanie Siegel.
So how can the nigga just sit there and eat the nigga like that? Like I'm watching, he's really.
It's all about psychology. It's a propaganda. He's probably not eating shit. He's faking it.
No, he's eating his shit. He's pulling it off right in front of you. You can see it.
Yeah, it's probably chicken fat.
That is wild though, and not for nothing. The first thing that came to my mind too was some level of propaganda. I mean, obviously that looks real, and I'm not gonna say again it's not what it is, but because imagine this hitting the mainstream media.
Sri Bhagawan Ramana Maharshi's teachings on self-liberation. The illusion created by the mind must be destroyed by the mind itself. Your duty is to be, and not to be this or that. I am that I am sums up the whole truth. The method is summed up in the words, be still. Stillness means destroy yourself. Every name and form is the cause of trouble. Give up the notion, I am so-and-so. All that we have to do is to give up identifying the self with the body, with forms and limits, and then we shall know ourselves, the self that we always are. Do not associate with the mind that rises like the goddess that smites one with love. Destroy it by abiding in the self. Should you succumb to its spell and embrace it, alas, it will destroy your life by drowning you in the intoxication of pride. That demon, the mind, is extremely adept at amorously caressing you with false pretenses. Heed this warning. From now on, stay away from that utterly sinful one without even mentioning its name. The mind is a great demon whose embrace brings death to all. It somehow deceives everyone and brings them under its spell. It is an extremely cunning trickster, a thief who practices deception. This murderer, this beautiful and seductive one, is a despicable sinner who has totally ruined the lives of many an aspirant. It is an evil, low-born one who hates and torments your lawfully wedded one. Peace. One who is forgetful of the self, mistaking the physical body for it, and goes through innumerable births, is like one who wanders all over the world in a dream, thus realizing the self would only be like waking up from the dream wanderings. Know that the path of knowledge and the path of devotion are interrelated. Follow these two inseparable paths without dividing one from the other. The lazy state, where you exist motionlessly and shine, is the natural state. In that supreme state, you have become that. It cannot be attained except by direct and excellent austerities. You should honor those who are therefore established in that laziness as holy beings. Bliss is a thing which is always there. And is not something that comes and goes. That which comes and goes is a creation of the mind, and you should not worry about it. An eye rises forth with every thought, and with its disappearance, that eye disappears too. Many eyes are born and die every moment. The subsisting mind is the real trouble. That is the thief. Find him out, and you'll be happy. If your attention is fixed on the fundamental reality, there is no difficulty. But ordinary people forget the reality and take the name alone to be real. The different eyes are not real. There is only one eye. The separate eye is like a watchman in a fort. He is like the protector of the body. The real owner in everybody is only the one real eye. So when the separate eye surrenders to the real eye, then because the idea of a separate self who owns the body disappears, I and mine are eliminated. The true state comes into existence after sorting out what belongs to whom. The ego I surrenders itself to the real owner.
Do you feel your age or do you still feel young?
Where?
Never tell somebody everything. You may be educating an enemy. What is 45,689 divided
Many
by
fear
67?
that with the destruction of the
He
mind,
silently asked the computer,
they
and then
themselves
hears
will
the
cease
answer
to
through
exist.
vibrations transmitted through his skull and into his inner ear.
The destruction of the mind is nothing to be feared.
1.9. 2. 5.
It's
What we conceive of now as mind is only a combination of restlessness and dullness. By elimination, the mind becomes pure. Such a mind is one's own real nature.
Illinois Supreme Court Justice Joy Virginia Cunningham. With a trailblazing career on the bench, she serves as Cook County's first black woman ever on the Illinois Supreme Court.
I'm Joy Virginia Cunningham, protecting freedom and equality under the law for all of us.
Three things to my account that I need. One of them is something to look up to, and others.
What about buying cash flowing property for the long term?
No. I just answered you. You don't like the answer? It's fine. Sit down. I answered you. Not cash flowing properties.
And I like your answer.
One
Well,
who
fine. You get
considers
one
the
question.
body
Next, please.
to be
There's a reason for that,
themselves
meathead. When
is
the
an
big
ignorant
motherfucker
person.
comes and you're all drowned, cash will be king. Not
one
Bitbox,
who regards
not
himself
gold,
as
Not
the
silver,
self
that's all horseshit for losers.
is the enlightened one who has realized the self.
I moved $140 million into
soul reality alone
JP Morgan. And I said, I want to talk to Jamie Dimon. Like, look at me, I'm just going in naive, multi-billionaire. Like, maybe Jamie Dimon will let me in on some deal flow. Wrong.
The Emmy goes to Larry David.
This is all very well and good, but I'm still bald.
Who else could convey this speech?
23, 22 baby mother. Real bad man.
How many children do you have?
23, 22 baby mother. Real bad man.
Just $75 for tickets.
Who charges that much money?
Who does that? How much do we charge a ticket, John?
Since
Yeah, but that's
past
like a burlesque show.
has never been without the present.
27th?
To know the
You can speak.
eternal
Was that 12 or 21?
is to know the truth. The changeless, infinite self transcends time and space, which are relative to the body and mind.
Big Joe Gambino here. You find me in the Alice place. I'm not in New York. I'm actually in South Philly. And so, Skinny Joe did his podcast. He goes, Joe, you got good espresso here too. Come try my
The
espresso.
sage
So I'm gonna give it a
has
shot.
realized the self, transcends
Not
both
bad, not
free
bad.
will
You know what? I
and
changed my whole
destiny,
idea about South Philly. Just like
with
New York
which
was.
only the ignorant are concerned. To the ignorant, the I is the self, limited to the body. To the wise, the I is the infinite self.
Excuse me. What are you listening to? What is that? People still listen to jazz? Wait, where are you going?
Though the knowledge or knowledge
You hear that Jeff Bezos
is
is once
difficult
again the
to
richest man in the
attain,
world, beating out Elon Musk? Isn't that exciting?
it becomes easy to attain
Anything you
when
want to say to
true
Mr.
love
Bezos?
for the feet of the Lord becomes intense. Since its grace, the revealing light, which dispels ignorance, then begins to flow.
I'm a Google Cloud software engineer, and I refuse to build technology that powers genocide, apartheid, or surveillance. Project Remember Palestinian community in danger. I refuse to build technology that can be used for cloud apartheid.
Thank you for doing this.
Do what?
This interview.
Oh, yeah, it's on the calendar.
It's on the calendar because you agreed to do it.
Yeah.
I've got a high tolerance for awkwardness, but yours is off the
If the
charts.
agent upon which the karma
You
depends,
seem to be more comfortable sitting in
namely
silence.
the ego,
You're even better at
merges in
tonight.
its source
I've done it for a
and
long,
loses its form,
long time. Way longer than you can imagine.
how can the karma,
What do you
which
mean? Like, I'm
depends
older than you.
upon
I've had way more
it,
practice than you.
survive?
I was in solitary confinement, and that's all that was. He's sitting there in
When there
silence.
is no I,
I could just sit in silence.
there is no
hours and
karma.
hours and hours.
Only when the self is gained is permanent, perfect, blissful
Hey, how you doing today? What's your name? Where you from? I'm Yang. I'm from Mars or Mars is in the house, but definitely Chi-Town. Stop playing with them, man. You see the boy. Yeah, you describe it fit.
no desire and no fear exists.
You see that? Black one. Damn. Gloves.
Beyond the reach of words extends the sage's greatness. None but them can know their state of being. Vaster than the sky. To experience yourself, you should first shed your own body consciousness.
Right? Donald Trump kept his promises. The economy was booming.
One who turns inward with an untroubled mind to search where the consciousness I arises, realizes the self and rests in that. Like a river when it joins the ocean.
Objects in 13.8 billion years. That
To all deep thinking minds, the inquiry about the I and its nature has an irresistible fascination. Call it by any name. God, self, the heart, or the seat of consciousness. It is all the same. The point to be grasped is this, that heart means the very core of one's being, the center without which there is nothing whatsoever.
Pizza!
what's happening? The portal is
When
opening
the
up,
mind
Tim.
unceasingly
Look behind you, I'm
investigates
here.
its own nature, it transpires that there is no such thing as mind. This is the direct path to truth for all. The mind is merely thoughts of all thoughts, the thought I is the root. Therefore, the mind is only the thought I. Whence does this I arise? Seek for it within. It then vanishes. This is the pursuit of wisdom. This is always the true import of the term I. For we do not cease to exist, even in the deepest sleep, where there is no waking I.
Look, I opened the portal.
As there is no second being to know that which is consciousness. We are that. The state we call realization is simply being oneself,
Paul says,
not
no, I'm not
knowing
coming up
anything
there.
or becoming anything.
Paul says, I'm not coming up there.
If one is realized, they are that which alone is, and which alone has always been.
I don't want to be a part of this.
They cannot describe that state. They can only be that.
I don't wrong you. Paul. Paul is like, I'm still in the audience. This is very strange.
Of course, we loosely talk about self-realization, for want of a better term. That which is peace.
They are right.
All that we need do is to keep quiet. Peace is our real nature. We spoil it. What is required is that we cease to spoil it. For instance, there is space in a hall We are not going to create space anew. We fill the place with various articles. If we want space, all that we need do is to remove all those articles, and we get space. Similarly, if we remove all the rubbish from the mind, the peace becomes manifest. That which is obstructing the peace must be removed. Peace is the only reality. Mukti, or liberation, is our nature. It is another name for us.
I see the black
Our
hole.
wanting mukti is a very funny thing. It is like a man who is in the shade, voluntarily leaving the shade and going into the sun, feeling the severity of the heat and making strenuous efforts to get back, and then rejoicing. At last, I have reached the shade. How sweet is the shade.
What is this?
We are doing exactly the same. We are not different from the reality. We imagine we are
We're
different.
definitely not different from the reality.
We create the feeling of difference and then undergo great sadhanas to get rid of the imagined differences and realize the oneness.
I am the one.
Why or imagine the differences?
Why?
And then destroy it?
Because we have to. Let's invite some people. Invite some people.
It is false to speak of realization. What is there to realize? The real is as it is, ever. How to realize it? All that is required is this. We have realized the unreal, regarded as real, what is unreal. We have to give up this attitude. That is all that is required for us to obtain jnana. We are not creating anything new or achieving something which we did not have before. effortless and choiceless awareness is our real state.
Yeah, Paul. Paul, come on, Paul.
If we can attain it or be in it, it is all right. But one cannot reach it without effort.
Paul, what's happening?
The effort of deliberate meditation.
I'm surprised this guy is still going. Is it your friend?
I don't know who it is.
Oh, you don't know?
I don't know who it is. It's Hermes' friend.
Oh, okay. I mean, it's definitely relaxing in some ways, but
all the age-long
I find it hard to
vasanas,
follow what you're saying because you're talking so
latent tendencies,
Yeah, no, hold on.
carry the mind outwards
Hold on.
and turn it to external objects.
All right, now. Thank you, John. Thank you. We really do appreciate that. That was soothing, mesmerizing. But tonight we want to talk about visiting observatories. Who
All
wants to
such
visit an
thoughts
observatory?
have to be given up,
I am.
and the mind turned inward.
You know, when I was in college, I did
For most
join an
people,
astronomy club.
effort is necessary.
And we visited several planetariums as part of the annual trip. And some of our most memorable moments, I must say. We looked at a couple of constellations. We did look at the Orion constellation. We took a look at Mars.
Or still.
And so on. And I forgot which comet it was, but there was a comet that was coming that year.
But it is not easy.
Oh shoot, I forgot. Was it Schumacher? I think it was Schumacher. I don't remember.
That is why all this effort is necessary.
No, you don't see the colors, obviously. Like, you know, what's depicted in books many times. You know, because the human eye can only see visible light, right? So a lot of these objects are emitting light at spectrums that are beyond what we can see.
Even if you find one who has effortlessly achieved the silence of Mona,
or red. So
the supreme state,
what astronomers do is they enhance these
you may
images
take it
to make
that
them
the effort
look
necessary
like what
has already been completed in a previous life.
But I thought that was very interesting. The comet did show some blue to me.
Such effortless and choiceless awareness is reached only after deliberate meditation.
There's probably a standardization for them to follow, right? When they're doing these enhancement, quote-unquote enhancements. Because there are images that actually look like if we could look at it with our naked eyes, you know, visual spectrum. But it's not as pretty as you were saying, right?
We are always the real.
Or interesting, I should say. Not as interesting to look at.
And
right?
what is there for one to attain after that?
I wonder if the nebulas, I mean, do you know particularly what were they enhancing? Like, were they nebulas or like any kind of explosions? Like,
like you know the creation nebula. You know it, the one that the Hubble space telescope.
What is changing? What appears and disappears?
Yeah, well, that nebula.
What is not real?
Basically,
we regard as real.
Thousands of light years across, right? Now,
we are always.
If you were flying a spacecraft
and nothing can be more present than we,
it would look. You wouldn't even see it. It's because
We say we have to attain realization.
But when you look at
After
it
all
through
these
like a
suddenness,
filter or a ultraviolet filter, then it shows
nothing can be more strange than this.
is there are colors that are like I say like are close to like red or blue or yellow or green.
The self
So they do like an
is not
approximation
attained
almost
by
to
doing
kind of
anything
generate,
other
to kind of output, but
than remaining still
because they're getting the raw data out of the
and
sensor,
being
right?
as we are.
And then they're doing some sort of math there, obviously, to figure out the close approximation to real colors, right?
Exactly. So it's like it stretches out on the green spectrum, stretches all the way out to where it's not visible to the eye.
Well, what was the scientific application to that? Does that give them any kind of insights, or is it strictly just for representation, for aesthetics?
We say that what we see
No,
with the eyes
there's a lot of
alone
information in it. Oh, absolutely.
is directly present.
Because if it's in a certain...
Because I know they do...
There must first be the seer before anything
different
could be
types
seen.
of, like, gases or, like, elements.
Correct. Exactly.
Compounds.
You are yourself.
And you can kind of tell them a lot
that
about what
sees.
the composition of it is. And, they can kind of
The
get
infinite
into the
eye.
physics of it too, based on size and all this other stuff. It's stuff beyond my knowledge. I'm just an amateur, like I'm into this stuff, but scientifically speaking, I'm not knowledgeable of how it all fits together. But I know that there is people way smarter than me who they working on this stuff. This is what they do for a living.
People are afraid that when the ego or the mind is
Some
killed,
of these things they show up on these spectrums and it reveals a certain
the
molecule
result may be a mere
or a certain
blank
gas or
and not
some
happiness.
composition. So they can tell what it is made up of. You're absolutely right. There are many gases or molecules that we cannot see.
What really happens
Well, we cannot see molecules. Let me just say it. We cannot see with our naked eye.
is that the thinker,
However,
the object of
colors
thought
those molecules,
and
they
thinking
show up on the spectrum. So
all merge into the one source,
this is what it is. Right?
Yeah.
which is consciousness and bliss
A long time ago
itself.
when I learned,
And thus,
during
that
high school
state
or earlier in high school,
is neither inert
and stuff, right?
nor blank.
And you learn that humans actually expanded our capability using science, right? And all these tools and stuff. So it's always funny, like we're so obsessed with the visual spectrum, right? The human visual spectrum, but the full length of what we can measure is so much more. But we're still missing. I feel like we're still missing. Our sciences is still missing so much that we can't explain, and I think it's because we don't have all the control. But
I do not understand
maybe new instruments will be
why
invented,
people should be afraid of that state,
that can detect stuff. And we can detect the presence
in which
of a
all
lot of
thoughts
with gravitational effects,
cease to exist,
lensing and all this stuff.
and the mind is killed.
But we haven't fit it all together just yet,
Oh, absolutely. There's a lot to learn, and the more we learn,
Every
the more
day,
we find out what
they
we don't know.
experience that state in sleep.
Yeah. I think Neil deGrasse Tyson said that. And he's absolutely right.
There is no mind or thought in sleep.
Entertainment, or I mean, he is scientific on a lot of things.
Yet when one rises from sleep and says, I slept happily,
Just to kind of, in a nutshell, he did made a book about, like
sleep is so dear to everyone
cosmology, like
that
stuff,
no one,
but broken down
prince or beggar,
I found that kind of interesting.
can do without
He's
it.
one of the physicists out there that can, like you say, he can break down the complex stuff.
Yeah,
for
me
us.
and you, like normal people can understand it, because it is stuff that you would need like a degree to like fully grasp. But I feel like when you dumb it down, though, like it does do an injustice to the sciences if I guess it's meant to inspire people, not to educate too much, because
What happens when you make a serious quest for the self?
Right? That's like your real practical knowledge, not
is that the I thought, as a thought,
you know,
disappears.
I watch this Cosmos series, and you know that kind of like
something else from the depths.
It's all the suspicions that I
takes
had
hold
at
of you.
times, but I broke it down into like a TV show, basically.
And that is not the I that
But they call
commits
it
the quest.
Oh yeah.
That is the real self.
That vessel that he was on,
The
that was
import
the
of
imaginary
I.
thing. I don't like doing those things.
It is not the ego,
I mean, it's
nor the mind.
like if you were telling a story, right? That's a concept, you know. Like
It
you
is
gotta
the
face
supreme
it,
being
anywhere and experience
itself.
everything in the you know, from the Big Bang all the way to the end of the universe, you know.
Yeah, but it just makes light of what we're talking about here. It's best to talk about it on the level of you know, try to make it more realistic, I should say. So, you know, if you're making a spaceship that can go down to the quantum level, like, okay.
The very fact
I agree.
that you are possessed for the quest for the
I
self.
mean, it's illustrational, that's all. That's all you're taking at. But I get what you're saying, though.
Is a
If you
manifestation
could do that, then
of the divine grace.
you would actually already know all that information already. You wouldn't be discovering all this stuff, right? Yeah.
It is
It's
effulgent
like different levels of
in the heart.
That's right.
They actually have scale
in inner being,
civilizations advanced.
the real self.
Harvest your sun, harvest a plant, you know, like
It draws you
harvesting the whole
from
universe
within.
in one point.
Right.
For energy.
Yeah, that's the reason why I only watched
You have to attempt to get in
episodes or 4 episodes, because that stupid ship, like,
from without.
What kind of stupid ship is this? You know, you find in the middle of, let's go to the heart of a black hole. Okay, so now
Your attempt is earnest quest. The deep inner movement
get to the heart of
is
a black
grace.
hole. Like, just talk about it.
You really don't know. You really don't know.
That is why I say
if you literally
there is no real inquiry
graphic, like on a
without
white,
grace.
it'd be more effective. Just sitting in this. What is that?
I think they did what like TV shows do, right? Like
Nor
you pick up a
is
book
grace
and
active
they try to make it into
for
a
one
series or a
who
book.
is without
But
inquiry.
in order to tell a story in a way that it'll be like
Both
noble, people
are necessary.
I think they have to bring it down to this dumb level, which is unfortunate to say. A lot of times, I think he actually did this on like YouTube or something, where he broke down like movies, or there was someone else. I think it was Michio Kaku or whatever his name is, the Chinese guy or Japanese.
The ego self is the
he's
jiva.
another physicist, and he breaks down these
It is
stuff
different
and like if
from
the
the
movie's
Lord
got
of
it right or
all.
not, and, you know, like
The absolute.
their theory, because they actually have a whole department in these movies, in sci-fi movies, where they make them. Like Interstellar, for example, right?
Yes.
Yeah, like Interstellar was one of the like most accurate ones. Still not 100% accurate, but they got
When,
most of it right.
through
And
disinterested
they actually priced
devotion,
themselves, like when they were making that movie, to try to make it very accurate. And based on our knowledge of
the individual self approaches the Lord.
Practice, which is kind of nice. And that's the other thing too. A lot of times,
It graciously assumes name and form.
The lines get blurred between what's theoretical and what is fact. You know, what we know for a fact.
And takes the self into itself.
That's always a tricky to me though, because I guess the theoretical physicists are like the dreamers.
Therefore,
the practical physicists,
they say the guru
they're applying everything to like real
is
life.
none other than the Lord.
Satellites and rockets, you know, like they're doing all this.
They are a human embodiment of the divine grace.
Like the ones over here, like theorizing and testing, and you know, that's how the innovation funnel is set up, though, right? You gotta always have people dreaming up stuff, and someday somebody's crazy enough to try something.
That's why you
The
have
real
Hermes
guru
here.
is God in human form.
Yeah, Hermes is the dream. Well, I wouldn't even say a dreamer. A dreamer? No, I'm a dreamer. I own it. That's the badge of honor. No, it's not a dreamer. It's more like you really should go work for Hollywood. Hermes is the Hollywood guy. He's what you would use
Knowing
for
oneself
dreaming up really
is only
incredible,
being oneself.
impossible stuff that's like on Star Wars.
As there is no second
Do
existence.
you agree with him, Hermes? Or
This
you can
is
rebuttal that?
self-realization.
Well, I actually like that, so yeah, I could do that.
You may go on
Yeah,
reading any number of books
I
on
think
Vedanta.
taking your application for Hollywood, because
They can only tell
Hollywood
you,
would like to
realize the self.
We haven't thought of this yet. Let's although it's impossible,
The self
but let's do it.
cannot be found in books.
Hey, everything was impossible at one point.
You have to find it for yourself.
In the history of time.
Yeah, but there's definitely
In
things
yourself.
there are things that are just impossible. Like you say that, Jen, he thinks like I do. Everything was impossible at one time. And like when you say, hey, but we can't create a portal or a wormhole. And my answer, of course, is not yet. No, it's no. It's not okay. Put it this way. You can create a probably wormhole, but
The quest for the self I speak of
as mass, like I
is the
said
direct
before,
method.
we have passed the threshold to be able to
Indeed, superior to the other
utilize
meditations.
a wormhole. You'd have to become nothing, immaterial, in order to use a wormhole. That's the impossibility. You understand?
Yeah,
The
no,
moment you get into the mood of a quest for the
you can go ahead and
self
try, but you're not.
and go deeper and
It looks like an
deeper,
experiment.
There's no, right? You
the real
cannot
self
put
is waiting there
square
to take you
straight
in.
round hole. It's a square.
But
Now,
you get the premise that we're
And then,
basing this on,
whatever
right? We're
is
basing it
done
on the premise that we really don't know enough to
is
accomplish
done by
something.
something else,
And
and you
we don't
have
have
no
the
hand in it.
brains, right? It's just we don't have the advancement, right? Like if we had unlimited energy, there's so much we could do, but we don't have unlimited energy. We haven't figured out that yet.
In this
how to come up with a
process,
number, like the
all
power of the
doubts
sun,
and
that level of
discussions
magnitude of
are
power.
automatically
If we had
given
that,
up,
we theoretically could do a lot of things.
just as one who sleeps forgets,
over here wants to dream up.
for the time being,
right.
all their cares.
It's like light. It's like photons. Is you like the property of photon is not you. So you can't be streaming through a galaxy at 300,000 meters per second because you're you. You have too much mass. You cannot do that. It's impossible.
Now, you're thinking about it very linearly, which it's a good method, right? But there's a few assumptions, right? That
The
that
Lord
what you're
whose
trying to
home
accomplish
is the interior of the
sort
heart
of
lotus,
force method, right? Is taking matter and
who
putting
shines
it in
there
an
as
environment where matter won't survive. It will
is extolled
basically be shredded,
as
right?
the Lord of the cave.
It's
If by
unsurvivable.
force of
You're not gonna have a
practice,
life. Because the
the
particles are
feeling,
completely elongated and
I
stretched
am
out,
that,
right? Or
I am
I
the
should say
Lord of the
transformed.
cave, becomes firmly established,
Space itself is what you're doing, right? Because that
and
is the
thus
theory.
you
That
stand
is one of the
forth
theories that
as the Lord of the
try to push
cave.
matter through space at a certain speed. You push space through space.
The illusion
right? And that is like
that you are the
the
perishable body
crazy idea behind,
will vanish like darkness
wormhole.
before
I
the
guess that's
rising
one of
sun.
them.
I like that theory, though.
You like that theory? Sounds good, right?
Yeah,
It's also another possibility, so just so you want to fold space, right?
Well, first of all, before you even do that, right? You first have to. Okay, let's say you have this. We're talking about this crazy spaceship that Neil deGrasse Tyson had, right? That spaceship actually does everything that we're talking about here, right? Where it moves through space-time, like it doesn't have the same effect on it. But the idea behind it is that the space around the spaceship is what you're moving. You're not moving the actual spaceship. The spaceship is actually, physics is not
If we
divided
regard
around the
ourselves
spaceship.
as the
spaceship
doers
just feels
of
like
actions,
a bubble space, right? But the space around it, that bubble, is what is moving through time.
we shall
It's
also
actual
be the
space.
enjoyers of
So
the fruit
there's
of
you're
such
gonna have to figure out the
actions.
space and gravity stuff, effects and all that, because
If
they're saying
by
gravity
inquiring
through space now.
who does these
And that is the
actions,
idea premise behind taking
one
space and pushing
realizes
space through.
oneself.
You get the idea. I
The
don't know the
sense
terminology
one
for
is
it.
the doer vanishes,
But it's a gradual,
and with it, all three kinds of
only in your
karma.
mind can you come up with
This is the state
stuff that
of eternal
will
mukti,
work, or
or
you
liberation.
can picture us doing impossible things. That's you can do that in your mind. The fact that you can picture doing impossible things, it doesn't mean they can become possible.
That is absolutely true.
It's God.
A wild, crazy idea, right?
It's God.
The thing is though, when you
Our
apply
real
the scientific
nature
method, right?
is
And
mukti,
you push it through the scientific method, and you just keep reiterating, and let's say
but we
10,000
imagine that we
years
are
goes by.
bound
And then one day, one person, in one singular moment of time,
and are making
figures out
strenuous attempts
that there is
to
figured
become
out the
free.
actual way to do it. Because none of us knew the way before. If we did and we applied it, we would have
While
achieved
we are
the
all the
result.
time
Right?
free.
You apply the scientific method, and it's a repeatable, measurable thing, right?
This
what
will
you're trying
only
to
be
get to.
understood
But from where we are right now, we're infants.
when we reach that stage.
Adults in that field, right? To be mature, knowledge-wise as a species. So I think
We will be surprised
John
we were frantically trying to attain something which we have always been and are.
No, he can wear his frog mask, he just cannot become a frog. It's impossible. No, in his mind, he can become a frog. You understand? Hey, what's
The
up,
dyads,
What's up, bro?
or the pairs of opposites,
Hey guys, how's it going?
such as pleasure and pain,
That I'm asking on stages, who has
and the triads,
and what was your
or such
experience?
differences as the knower,
Oh, me,
the
yeah.
known,
Dogwood Bank is probably the
and
biggest
the
one
process
that
of
I've been in
knowing
the UK. It's not far from Manchester.
depend on one
Kind of
thing,
amazing. Lots of satellite
the
dishes.
ego.
Very cool.
Nice. And any particular image that
When one seeks for that thing in the heart
showed up on the
and finds out its real nature,
that you
they will vanish.
Yeah, they were doing like a classification of the Messier catalog, like kind of looking at changes right between now and a while back, because you have stars that are whizzing around, and they had upgraded the system so they could like pick things out, like actual features in galaxies that are quite far away. So we saw like new,
Those
like more
alone
refined images
who have found out the real nature
galaxy,
of the ego
and I think M32 and a couple of the others.
have seen the reality.
But it was amazing.
I went to
They will have
one
no
of
more
the
doubts
oldest
or
observatories on the
anxieties.
planet.
it was built by the Mayans in Chichen Itza, and I looked through the little square and I saw the Milky Way.
My most memorable moment was when I saw that comet. I'm trying to remember what the comet was, but so the thing about it, what I remember is that it was
The body is not apart from the self.
To
is
my
knowledge.
To my angle, what I was looking was kind of pointing downwards.
The body
which was
is a
curious
mental
to me, and I was expecting to go sideways.
The mind is the ego. And the ego
kind of like, what do you guys think? Why was it going like down?
Could have been misorientation.
The body thought is distracting
you would have to find out
and strays away from the self.
You know, you could actually, this is like a recent thing, so I'm pretty sure they had a bunch of...
Is the body or birth?
Was it daylight? I was just asking if it was
Not
day
for
or
the
night
self.
when you thought.
The spirit.
It was
It is for the non-self.
So it was like twilight, kind of.
Which imagines itself separate from the self.
As my comets get closer to the sun, the heat, on one side of them is dirt from the heat on the other side, so it kind of causes a lot of ice and dust and everything to evaporate and be pushed by the solar wind behind. That's how you get the tail. So as it orbits, that tail always stays away from the sun. So if the sun is low, it's likely that it's going to point towards the ground. So maybe
that's right. You are right. Yes. The sun was already set.
As there is the sense of separation,
to my orientation,
there will be conflicting thoughts.
Towards the sun that is already underneath.
If the original
my
source
angle of observation. So,
is regained,
yes. You're right.
then the sense of separation ends.
Or closer to sunrise, maybe.
There is peace.
Sideways, probably. I see. That makes sense. But thanks, Lord.
Yeah, no, I mean, I love astronomy. It's awesome.
The one time I gotta say that the most clear view I've ever had of the Milky Way was with my naked eyes. Joshua Tree National Park in California. That was like, I gotta say, that was an aha moment in my life. Like, wow, like
The
I never
waters
saw
of the
it that
sea
clear because
evaporating
no light pollution
and rising into the sky as
camped out
clouds.
there, and it was freaking breathtaking, beautiful.
Find
I
no
never thought
rest
that you could actually see
till they come back as rain and finally rush back to the sea.
You know what a super aha moment was for me was before we found Sagittarius A, the black hole in the Milky Way in the middle.
Ego can have
I always used to kid around and say, I bet we have a black hole in the middle of our galaxy. Right? But no one had seen it. There was no sense. We didn't name it. And I would just, think of that. And then boom, here we go. Now we have a black hole. And it's just like, I'm like, golly, I guess it was so, and I'm not saying it's special. I'm saying that it's so intuitive, a lot of these things that are very common sense, that if you put some thought to it, it like, you can see,
Vignani
you can comprehend
all
like what's going on, right? And when I say that, like I'm talking about like the fabric of space and time,
they always
gravity,
experience
and I was watching some stuff on gravitons today, and
all of them.
I think we're getting closer.
That is why they have no preferences.
Absolutely.
Whether one moves about, talks, or acts.
Oh yeah. It would be a word. I would become the martyr, right?
So you
in
would
which
see,
they
I want a
act
picture
or move
of
or talk.
the black hole and then Hermes where I'm all stretched out going in.
Yeah, first spaghettify you to be recorded.
The Jnani sees nothing apart from the one supreme
Do you remember the
truth.
movie Star Trek where it was the one where they show how I think it was the Vulcans that made contact with them, with the humans, right? So the guy who invented the warp engine, right? Remember the crew of Star Trek had to like go back into time to Earth
The
to go talk to
transcendental
this guy to make
awareness
sure
I
that he
speak of
invents, the warp engine, right?
is the natural
And,
state.
so I
Saja,
forget the guy's name, but he's the engineer. He's like the blind guy with the glasses, the black guy, right?
Here,
And
you are
he tells
naturally
the guy, he
poised.
says,
You remain calm
he tells him,
and composed,
hey, in the future, we're going to have a
even
statue
while
of
you
you,
are
right?
active.
So you can have a statue of Hermes going into the black hole, and that'll be
You
cool.
realize that you are moved by the deeper, real self within.
Yeah, Hermes we must come back all the time.
That's okay. That's all right. I'll be the martyr. No problem. It'll be in the name of science.
But here's why you know that black holes are not
You realize there is nothing belonging
because
to
they
you.
still have mass.
Everything is done by something with which you get into conscious union. Natural being, or natural abidance itself, is without concepts. For in this state, the mind is free from doubts. It has no need to swing between alternatives of possibilities and probabilities. It has no active predispositions of any kind. It is sure of the truth. The self makes itself felt in the pure mind. So that even when you are in the midst of thoughts, you feel the presence. You realize the truth that you are one with the deeper self. And that the thought waves are there only on the surface. The heart is the one supreme center of the self. You need have no doubt about it. The real self is there in the heart, behind the ego self. Self cannot be known with your mind. You cannot realize it by imagination. The only direct way to realize it is to cease to fancy and try to just be yourself. Then you realize, or you automatically feel, that the center is there. This is the center, the heart of being, spoken of in the scriptures as the cavity of the heart. When you go deeper within yourself, you lose yourself in the abysmal depths. Then the reality takes hold of you. It is an incessant flash or current of I consciousness. You can be aware of it, feel it, sense it. This is what I call self-manifestation.
Like with all the who's of who's, although maybe not all of them like was in that circle, that particular circle, but a lot of people know him and did business with him,
But what is sad, what's really sad is that in our society, mainly in the West, right, especially here in the United States, all it takes is the accusation, and pretty much, you're like
Indirect knowing.
Yeah, pretty much. That's it.
You can feel yourself one
Society needs
with
to
the one that exists.
So is there such a thing as beyond reproach then? Like for some people,
The whole
that
body
may be so insulated that
becomes a mere power, a force current.
The investigation has to be done to prove that it didn't occur.
Your life becomes a needle.
That's what needs to happen. Yeah. If that cannot be
drawn
done,
to a huge, massive magnet.
So here's a tricky proposition, right?
And as you go deeper and deeper,
let's be honest,
you become a mere center.
Definitely like known to the government.
And then
something.
Not even that.
Right? So that could go the other way. That could be
For you become
that could be your alibi.
A mere consciousness.
But that's just my thought, how do one keep himself from
cares any longer. They were shattered at the threshold.
I was just reading
It is an inundation.
investigation. They determined that he can't keep his job.
You are a mere straw.
The allegations were
You
not
are swallowed
what
alive.
they seem. He did write a letter saying that he's going to respect
But it is very delightful.
more. He's just a very friendly guy. That's what it was. That's what
For
occurred.
you become
So they got
the very thing that swallows you.
Who were supposedly assaulted.
This is the union
It was a
of the individual
party observation.
with the absolute.
The third party said was assaulted. Basically came out and said, I think you must be investing. So it's one of those situations where he probably maybe rested his hand on her shoulder, explaining stuff. It's one of those kind of benign things. Are you talking about Neil or are you talking about Tyson? Tyson. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's probably one of those situations. So that's why he goes to the test. He's going to respect people's space more. The poor guy. That's why he goes. Have to deal with it. But the thing is, he got to keep his job because the investigation revealed that it was benign enough to not rise to the level of
Well, with today's technology, I sort of cringe for young men, right? And I say that because I'm 61. But like for men in their 30s or 20s or 40s, and maybe they're still dating or whatever the case may be, it's like you better have cameras in every freaking room, including your bedroom and your living room, and you probably need to sign a contract. Like, okay, are you we're looking for agreeing or consensual.
Well, he's married.
The sex that
he's married.
Right, yeah, but I'm not talking about married guys. I'm talking about
He's coming out hard. He'll be out of your way too. You should check him out when he's out there in June. He'll be out in Dallas and Austin on the 18th and 19th of June. That's San Antonio. 20. Yeah, just be careful because that's your reputation. He doesn't really have a reputation.
Oh my God.
Because I have a reputation. I have a question for you. Don't you find it slightly worrying that you have forgotten the word consent?
Well, I don't even have sex anymore. I don't even have sex anymore. I'm at the age where all the hormones are off, right? Well, here's what I did, right? When I was a young man, I never ever did anything. Meaning, if she wanted to have sex with me, she was gonna pretty much have to be the aggressor and rip my clothes off, because I wasn't doing shit. Because I wasn't gonna get accused.
It's not a bad policy.
Oh boy.
That's why women are so disappointed and sexually frustrated nowadays.
Yeah, they are. Because women want you to throw them up.
Yeah, astrophysicists are not exactly the people who are in high demand. Like, bro, I rap. I've been rapping for 30 years. It's like night, and I also am an academic for like 20 years. It's night and day comparison, bro. Ain't no groupies on the talk circuit for theoretical physicist or any of that stuff. Maybe Neil's level. I mean, he is like rock star status, but he's also in his 60s and married. And, it's like you make it through as long as he does in his career with only having like one kind of real kind of pushback from anybody ever. That's not too bad.
Hermes, women want you to throw them on the wall, just like toss them around and all these kind of things. So what you were doing was not what they appreciated. I'm telling you right now.
Okay, it's not beautiful. Using like dating with like WWF temp.
Oh yeah. Yeah, these Jamaican women, brother. If you don't grab them, you're not doing it.
Again, I never had to do that. When I was a young man,
grab them.
in my 20s,
You have to grab them, brother. You have to, Bridget, you have to get tough.
no. Let me tell you something. When I was in my 20s, dude,
No, but
women would come up and grab my nuts.
I must say, it's not all the time. There are times when it's a more smooth transition. But if she is ready and she hot, brother.
Oh, they become the aggressor when they do that. Yeah, man. They don't wait for you. They're like, come here, cowboy.
Truly, absolutely.
This was you kept any numbers, guys?
What was it?
Never mind. Don't worry. That was just a joke.
It's asking if you guys have a black book.
Oh, no. That's confidential information.
But there's a lot to be said for the professionals, the sex workers. Like now, as an older man, it's just a phone call and they come over and I have a good time and if I want to, I just pay for the
But
extra.
you have no drive, Herbie. What are you talking about? Come on, man.
Well, it comes every a couple times a year. Usually
it's not completely gone, right?
Yeah, it's not completely gone, but it's like it shows up and I'm like, oh hell, man, I got to make a phone call, right? So,
It refills once every 6 months. It just takes a while.
Right, exactly.
Bro, you gotta get some more social circles. That's all there's to it. I can take you to some rap shows or something. Yeah. So Oppenheimer, big night.
Oh yeah.
I saw Oppenheimer last night, bro, for the first time.
I've never seen it. So.
What did you talk? Guy was in less than 10 words. Read my proof.
Less than 10 words. It's good for mathematicians and scientists, boring for everyone else.
Guys, read my profile. There's a reference that I put in just after I watched like Barbenheimer, like on the opening.
Barbie in the streets, Oppenheimer in the sheets. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Barbie was more of a fun movie. It was more, what's more entertaining? Probably Barbie. But I mean, for me, who, I was rereading my book from Girdle, right? Incompleteness, and I mean, it feels like reading the book, because like literally they have this scene where Einstein's out doing walks at Princeton with Girdle, which is what the Girdle book is about. They have that scene in there. You got freaking Max Born in there, Heisenberg. You know what I'm saying? Like Oppenheimer, it's crazy if you're into physics.
All right, guys, I'm going to shut off. So, work day tomorrow. So you guys keep going.
Me too, man.
Yeah, me too.
All right, guys, well, take care. Thanks for coming to join the house if you haven't joined the house. And let's open up. Let's continue tomorrow.
So we